Lalo.
Oh, shit. Did you hear that? The fucking dog, like, fucking did it with us, too. He heard us, he was like, oh!
I feel like I just totally exhaled into the microphone. I was like this.
Oh, God, I love you.
That's good. I love you too.
Hello, everyone. This is Super Jesus Jackson, and I'm back at it again with episode 13 of Chips and Talk. Grab a snack. Let's chat. Thank you so much for tuning back in, whether you're through Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Google Podcasts, however it is you're here. I really appreciate it. Please leave a review if you are enjoying this content. If you're new, welcome. If you're old, welcome too. If you're on YouTube and you're seeing my beautiful face and the beautiful face of a mysterious individual right next to me as well, please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. I'm a video podcast watcher. I prefer doing that, except in the car, of course. Don't watch a video in your car. Don't do that. But anyways, here, this individual, she happens to be my girlfriend. I like phrasing it like that. She happens to be my girlfriend. It's almost like it's temporary. That's terrible. But anyways, girlfriend, sweetheart, introduce yourself to the people.
Hi.
She's a little shy.
I'm Alex. It's good to see everyone. Or not see everyone.
I love this already. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do?
Is that the topic of the day? All right. I'm a dancer.
Is that it? That's all you do in your life?
I'm 21.
Okay.
I go to school.
You go to school? What do you study?
Right now I'm studying biology, but
bless you.
ultimate goal is a bachelor's in marine science.
Ultimate goal is bachelor's in marine science. What is marine science? What is that?
The study of like the ocean. Well, I specifically want to study like animals in the ocean.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just trying to be funny. That didn't work out. I obviously know what marine science is. Yeah, I'm not a bimbo. Okay. Anyways, well, that sounds really nice. It's really it's kind of awesome. I think it's really interesting. I didn't know this about you. It's really really fascinating.
Yeah, me either.
Wait. What?
I didn't know this about me until this podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were lost. You had no fucking idea who you were until we started recording.
That's me.
That's you. Who am I with, everyone?
I didn't even know I was a dancer.
I guess you just randomly are able to fucking flex your legs and shit. You're able to randomly go on point. You can't just nod at me, okay? There's people listening to this podcast.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yes. Let's see. No, it's okay. I gotta cut her some slack. Don't you guys think? I gotta do that. Okay. All right. So what we do in this podcast, we literally start recording. Number one, right? Press the record button. I can't tell you the few times I've done a video or recording and I don't fucking press record and I have to do it all over again. That's only happened to me, thank God, like once or twice. In the 160 plus videos I've done, it's only happened once. So we're doing pretty good. But anyways, what we do here, it's literally in the name, okay? Chips and talk. We eat some chips and we talk. Now, sometimes we eat some ice cream, which I'm sure you would love. Sometimes we don't eat anything at all because I'm fucking full. So, but today I figure we would eat Chester's fries. They are my absolute favorite chips of all time. Okay. These are the first chips I chose for the first episode of the podcast. Now, most important thing, though, of course, is what are you eating? What are you snacking on? Okay. Leave a comment down below. Let us know. But here's the thing, though. I will be eating. I will be munching. She will not be munching because apparently mouth noises are too much. Isn't that right?
Well, it's specifically my mouth. I already hate like
That's what she
eating
said.
and hearing the noises that are like coming from my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That's why most of the time when I eat, like all by myself,
Yeah.
like I have to be listening to something on full blast in my ears because I'm just like disgusted by like the natural sound that I like output when I
That
eat.
you output. Yeah. No, that's very admirable of you. Really is. I mean, because I hate mouth noises as well. But when I eat like myself, like I can withstand it. Like because it's like like the smell of your own shit. Like you'll smell it because it's yours. But like, I mean, do you like when you take it? Like when you go to the restroom and you take a
when I pop a squat?
and you pop a squat, like do you sit there and oh, it's so good.
No, I can definitely tell you I don't do that.
You don't like it, right? I don't like it either. But you can do it. You can muster it.
Sure.
So I guess that's the same thing. Like when you're eating, you can tolerate your own mouth noises, but it's
Yeah,
not like
barely.
you enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder how many people are like that. I think a lot of people are like that. They don't like the noises, but of course there's some people who do, which is why I do it for all of you. I get that ASMR action. Anyways, but yeah, here's some ASMR action. That's part of my channel. Or my podcast, that is. Here we go. Open it up. Actually, I want to see you open it up because I struggle with opening a bag of chips. There we go, baby. Voila! All right, here we go. Look at this beauty. See that? That is absolute diabetes. Okay. So, yeah. If you ever see something that's not natural, okay, that color is not supposed to happen.
Well, it has a name. It's like Red 40 or something. Yeah. Yeah, here it is, Red 40.
That's what it's called? Red 40?
That's
Holy shit, I didn't know
because
that.
they have certain dyes that they put in food all the time, so this is a common one that like you always see.
Holy fuck.
I only know this because my mom called it cancer.
Don't lie. Just be like, I know this because I study Cheetos on my free time.
I know this because I study food dyes. And I memorize them.
That's a beautiful thing. That's the first thing you should say on a first date. Just like, hey, do you know what are in Cheetos?
What is your favorite food dye?
All right, well, I'm going to take a little bite. Let's see if it'll transport me to my childhood.
Probably won't.
Yep, it does, a little bit. Do you want some? Are you sure? Are you
Pretty
sure?
sure. Pretty sure.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Oh my god. This is a problem when I get some good chips or a good snack. I just get a little too carried away.
That's me with sweets.
Yeah.
Even if I'm full, if you put like a thing of frosting in front of me and a spoon, I'll go to town. And then later on, I'll feel like I want to puke.
But it's worth it.
Yeah,
It's totally worth it.
I would do it again.
I'll fucking do it again. Oh! Reminds me of my childhood.
Those are really good chips.
Sometimes they don't come out with the right batch though, and they're like, I like stale, like a certain amount of stale, but sometimes they don't come out with a good batch. But this is a decent batch.
Yeah.
But here's a little here's a little napkin here. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry for my audio listeners. You're probably like, what the hell is this guy doing? Oh, anyways. All right. So the next thing we do while we talk, besides just eating, of course, is we generate a random topic from the internet because that is the most genius fucking podcast idea you've ever heard in your fucking life. Do you like how I said that?
I thought it was held a lot of gusto.
A lot of gusto.
Yeah,
You approve of the gusto?
a lot of passion.
Okay. All right, actually, you go ahead and click the little blue button there on generate random topic.
Oh yeah, the big red X up here.
Oh, no. Here we go. Generating random topic. Now, what are you, can you...
I hate this mouse.
All right. Go ahead and read the question there.
Oh, what's the best, worst thing about your work, school? This is
What? You don't like that?
a basic one.
That's a basic one? You don't like it?
Well, It could be interesting. You go first.
Do you want to do it or not?
Well, it's not my podcast.
No, it's whenever the guest is here, we gotta give some we gotta give more agency to the guest. I'm the host, so you're the guest. So do you want to switch?
Yeah, I'll
You
probably
do?
switch.
All right, go ahead and switch. Like Nintendo. Now that indie publishing has become easier, have books gotten better or worse? This is interesting. This is a question for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you read like indie books. Like it seems like the books that you read are books that, if you find them on Target, they're not indie. Like that's my I don't know.
I have read some indie novels though. I'm pretty sure, because I don't know. They'd be like in, like I would have to search deep to find like certain, like just. Like when I say like just a novel, like it's not part of a series. Like it's just by itself or whatever. At least that's what I'm referring to when I say it. But
when you say indie,
well, no, not indie. Like when I just say like a novel, like I guess I'm also saying that that's like part of something that isn't a series. I guess that's what I'm referring to. Because like when I was in high school, sometimes I would find these like random novels, where it was just one story, and then after you read that book, you were done. Like there wasn't another one, and they would be really good. But they weren't really from mainstream authors at all. Like, so I would consider those indie. Unfortunately, I don't get a lot of time to read though now, either.
That's true.
So I haven't been able to peruse for indie books too.
So would you say you've read like books that are not read by a majority of people? Like you've read books like that?
Yeah, I've had my fair share of books like that, and I've also had my fair share of the big books too.
Have you read any books that are not part of the mainstream as of late? I don't think so. I think you've read a lot of
not
of
recently.
Like mainstream ones, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, Cassandra Clare, like I've never heard of her. But I'm sure
she's very big though.
A lot of bookworms know about her, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I would say a lot of bookworms know like the whole like Shadowhunter realm.
Oh, okay. That's fucking nerd. Shadowhunter. I'm just kidding.
Shadowhunters are amazing.
I literally have demon souls right behind my my fucking TV. Okay, interesting.
Well, I mean, technically they're connected to demon souls. Shadowhunters, they hunt down demons.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
And
Okay.
they use relics that are like essentially like tattooed to them. That either make them stronger or they heal them.
Oh, yeah.
And you can draw a relic on you, which basically means you're branding yourself. Whenever you give yourself a new relic, like it gives you like a new ability, but you also have to be...
So are you cheating the system? Like...
No, because you have to advance as a shadow hunter. Like you have to be advanced enough to even know how to draw certain relics.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So basically, if you're an artist, you could fucking be amazing in that world.
Maybe.
So you can cheat the fucking system.
Not all the time.
As long as you know how to draw. As long as I was a kid in art class, I could be a shadow hunter. Is that what I'm hearing?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's more than just that.
Okay, there's more to it? Okay. You gotta be the chosen one a little bit. You gotta have something in you in the blood.
Well, you have to understand how to use your relics too.
Oh,
just because you draw it on you doesn't mean...
Just because you have it doesn't mean you can use it well. Oh, that's a fair point. Yeah, I guess that's... Yeah, I can relate with that. With a lot of things in my body. Anyways. So, this I mean, I feel like this could be easily translated to like an indie video game conversation as well. Because, now it's easier than ever to be a video game developer. And it's become easier technically because you can put your stuff out there easier. You have the tools to do it a lot easier. Anyone can do it, just like anyone can become a YouTube star. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
But do things get better or worse because of that? I mean, in some cases it's bad. Sometimes if you have so much shit coming in through one door, you can't filter like what's good and what's bad. So like, you start getting like just mediocre shit, a lot. Because if you open the door for everyone, you're bound to get a lot of bad shit. That's part of the reason why we have so many, probably one of the reasons why we have so many great people in the past to look towards when it comes to art. Because there's only a few that made it. You know what I mean? Whereas now we have an abundance of artists, and it's like now it's even hard to listen to one consistently, or it's, you know, it's hard to get a fan base because there's just so much, you know. Everyone can do it now, so it's harder in many ways, but it's also easier. Which I don't know. I guess that was fucking back in the day. That was probably the case too. But with indie video games, for example, like you look at like the download shop, the Nintendo eShop for the Switch or the PlayStation, there's so much garbage in there. Like, you know, all respect to anyone trying to make a game, but some of those games are just there for like fucking just filler. Like some people just put them on there and they're not very good. There's no quality control, you know? So, hey, and I'm sure that's the thing with a bookstore too. Like a bookstore, you know, if you have a book, they're selling it. Doesn't mean it's good. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that as a platform, you should have a little bit of a say of what goes in and what you're selling, because it fucking says a lot about your platform. You know what I mean? So you got to be wary of that. So I don't think, you know, things have gotten better or worse. I think it can get better if you're just a good artist. If it's, and if you suck though, and you're just putting your shit out there, you're tainting the fucking ocean, man. You know what I mean? So, but hey, I mean, look, again, if you think you're great, you go on ahead. The market will tell you, you know, if you're good or not. So what do you think about that?
I mean, I understand what you're saying, and it goes the same way with books. Like, pretty much anyone can be an author now, if they want to. You just have to find a publisher. And now it's easier to find publishers who would, like, publish something that's more indie and, like, nobody knows who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You see books like that all the time, or, like, you even see, like, a lot of times now, I see, like, small YouTubers and stuff, too. Like, they'll, like, make a book or whatever.
Right, yep.
And occasionally you'll see it like in the store or whatever, but most of the time, like, you have to go to like a specific bookstore to find it.
That's true.
And
or online.
Yeah. And I would say like it's the same thing with those. It's half and half or whatever in terms of like, is it a good book or a bad book? But I would agree with you in terms of like it's asking like, has it, like, indie publishing in general for books or for video games where you're more knowledgeable at, has it made it better or worse? I would say it depends as well. Well, because there are some really good ones that I've read.
Yeah. Well, let's kind of let's talk about something. Let's relate it to something that we could both speak to. So like music. You know,
yeah.
Like, Jesus, someone's fucking dying in the background.
Music or movies.
Yeah, music or movies. Well, I can't really speak to a lot of movies. You probably can a lot more. Although I don't know. I don't think you watch like a lot of indie films. Like you're very knowledgeable on like films that like, you know, were very released in theaters, like, you know, have Blu-ray releases. Like,
yeah,
I'm much less knowledgeable on that, but I think we're both now starting to want to get into a little bit more of the indie film scene.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we got a lot to go for that. But, you know, I think for the music scene, I don't know. I mean, I think, for example, James Bay, I never heard of James Bay, you know, but I wouldn't say he emerged like a little bit further back. He's not a new artist. So,
no, he's
not. I don't think he benefited from social media. He got literally found like through playing, just like the old school artists, you know, playing on a club or whatever, and you know, like a label saw him. So, you know, I don't know. You introduced me to James Bay, but I mean, there is a few I don't know, Melanie Martinez. Like I never heard of her. She is a part of a label, I believe. But you know, I don't know. I consider her sort of indie. Like I don't really, although indie really means independent. So like, there's only like a few people that I know that are indie, and to be honest, I don't listen to them a lot because they either don't have consistent material or they just release these one-offs and then like that's it, you know what I mean? So it's very inconsistent. But I don't know, what's been your experience with indie music?
With indie music, most of the time, well, because I am a dancer, a lot of times, like if you're just doing a combo that like a teacher is playing, sometimes it will be like this weird indie song that no one knows, and people do that on purpose because, you know, it gets old if you keep doing the same choreography to like the same basic songs that everyone else is using. So I find that a lot of teachers, like they try to find like this, like, you know, their special like playlist or music to make them cooler. But that's where I have found like a lot of different indie music. Like Ruth B. She's another indie artist that like no one knows. And the only reason why I found out about her was because my friend Vivian, who's a dancer, she choreographed something for her and I, like to one of Ruth B's songs. And I like Ruth B now. But I would never have known about her if it weren't for that.
Huh. I'm thinking. Oh, God. Danger of coughing with these. Be careful. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of indie artists, though, that you see, like a lot of indie artists that you think are indie, but like are signed to a label. You know what I mean? Like, so, but, you know, sometimes like some people blur the lines a lot, you know, when they talk about an artist and like, oh, he's indie. Yeah, if we really want to be super technical, indie, you know, means independent, but I think that artists who are very unrecognized or underrated or they're not very popular, I think they can count as indie. I mean, even though they might be tied to a label or something, you know, if they're not fucking mainstream and they're like super underrated or like super just kind of in the background, to me they're kind of indie. They're almost kind of on their own, you know. They're trying to find their place in the business, you know. So I think I don't know. I think that there's probably a lot of great artists out there that I'm not listening to. But it's this thing where like you're like, have I not heard of them because they're not worth it, or because they just haven't found the right spotlight yet, or there's just not their time yet, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's a little bit of both, because I think that, yeah, if there's an artist out there that doesn't make it, well, you know, it might be for a reason. You know what I mean? Whether it's because of marketing or because of the artistry itself.
It's true. It's true. I think, well, I would say hopefully most of the time it's the latter, not the former.
Oh, you mean, so because of the artistry instead of because of their artistry?
Yeah, but I'm saying more of the latter in terms of like when you had said, because the last thing you had said, or it's just that they haven't found the right spotlight yet, but they're really great or whatever. That's what I meant.
Right, because it's more, it'd be disappointing when there's a great artist out there and he's not getting enough traction.
Yeah.
Or her. I mean, we feel this way even about artists that are mainstream a little bit, you know, like Madison Beer or Charlie Puth, where, you know, they have some hits, you know, they've been on the Billboard charts, but like they're not getting the recognition that they deserve.
Yeah.
Or the attention.
They're not getting like the full on like Taylor Swift like recognition or whatever.
Right, exactly. So, you know, I think, I don't know, but then some people, like me, for example, sometimes I'm like, is it the fact that they're underdogs make them better? You know what I mean? Because it's in our nature to root for the underdog. You know, it goes all the way back to Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you always root for the person that is getting shit on. You know what I mean? Like, for some reason, there's this natural, you know, inclination for us to root for that person. And I think it's just because of our human nature, you know what I mean? Like, it's just much more interesting, just inherently as a story or as an event, to root for the underdog, to focus on the person who's not winning and who's fighting, you know what I mean? Like, so, I don't know, and sometimes that can blur your opinion. Sometimes I'm a fucking hipster for the sake of being a hipster. And, like, some people look at me, they're like, that thing that you're liking, dude, is not good. I feel like you're just fucking liking it because you're trying to be cool. You know, and I'm like, no, it's not true. Which, obviously, it's always been true, obviously. I don't think I've ever changed my mind on anything. I don't think I've ever been like, oh my god, what was I doing liking that thing? I did that with people. but not with art, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. No, it makes sense in terms of your personality.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like you're just, like, if you like something, you like something, and if you don't, like, you don't. But yeah. But I also feel like you give the benefit of the doubt to a lot of things.
I try to, yeah. But sometimes it still fails.
Yeah, sometimes it does still fail. I mean, yeah. I don't really know how you give the benefit of the doubt so much to things. I'm just like, I'd rather think it's shit. That way I, you know, am surprised. You know?
I mean, yeah. I guess the reason why is if I didn't think of it the way that I do in terms of trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, then why would I get up out of bed and try anything? What would be the point of like even like, you know, doing anything if you didn't give it the benefit of the doubt first? Like, let's say, I don't know, someone is judging like golfers, like hardcore, because it looks boring or whatever. You know, and who knows? If you don't give it the benefit of the doubt, you could have been the next Tiger Woods or something like that. Or it could become like your newfound passion in life.
Right. Yeah, it closes you off a little bit. It's better to give the benefit of the doubt to something and then end up not liking it instead of you just like assuming that it's going to be shit. But hey, I mean, I assume that everything is going to be shit, and I still give things a try. So like,
that's true.
There's that.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess people are just like motivated to do life in different ways. That's how I motivate myself to
just think that there is hope, that there is a chance.
Yeah, to go through life.
Or that things will probably be good. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh my God.
Do I believe it all the time? No. Sometimes I just say it because I try to believe it.
That's really fucking deep. You should be my therapist.
I'd rather not.
Let's do the Oompa Loompa thing with Johnny Depp, where like, I'm fucking like laying down, and then he's just like, huh. It's so fucking weird. I love it.
I love it though, but yeah, back to the topic.
Well, we only got 2 minutes, so that was I would say that was a good conversation. I think we saved it. You know, I like how this is the fun part is getting a topic and then kind of relating it in a similar way. Like relating the topic that's different, you know, like to something else that has similar ties to it. You know what I mean? So that's a way to elongate a topic. If you're ever wanting to be a host, that's one of the ways you can do it. But anyways, I really appreciate your time. Her name's Alex, by the way. Like the dancer. Yes, that's her name. I know, it's insane. So her name's Alex. Real name is Alexandra. I can only call her Alexandra, though. No one else, okay? Don't you do it. Don't do it.
It's true.
It's Alex. Okay? For you. Anyways. I'm Super Jesus Jackson, of course. This was an awesome conversation. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, feels like I'm on the radio. It's like my job all over again. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys. I hope you join me for episode 14 of Chips and Talk. Again, thank you so much for tuning back in. It means the world to me. I hope you have a great day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. If it's nighttime, have a great night. If it's your morning, have a great morning. I love you. Take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye.